What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix and welcome to my updated agility guide. Over the last few years, Jagex has made a range of changes to the agility skill. Most importantly, the XP rates were increased, where 15 courses saw a 5 to 10% boost in XP rates. And most notably, the Hallowed Rooftop increased by 28%. Marks of Grace can now spawn at various non-rooftop agility courses, and a broad range of new agility shortcuts were added. The Brimhaven Agility Arena also saw some changes, overall providing more XP and profit. And also, Jagex increased the run regeneration speeds, mainly for the lower agility levels, which leads to less reliance on the graceful outfit in the early game. Jagex also made run energy drain slower at all levels, further reducing the need for graceful. Comparing level 1 to 99 agility, your run regenerates at nearly double the speed. Having an increased regeneration speed is not only useful for things like questing or traversing the map, but it's also vital in places like raids, at Whisperer, or with God Wars kiting methods. Also, the shortcuts you unlock by leveling your agility can be game-changing, particularly ones through Tavali Dungeon, Mount Carulam, or in the Revenant Caves. For Iron Man, the agility skill is a requirement to make stamina potions, and in order to get the quest cape, you need level 70 for the Song of the Elves quest, and for the achievement diary cape, you need level 90 agility, and that's to complete a lap of the Rooftop Course, although that can be boosted from level 85 by eating a summer pie. On your path to level 99, a large portion of your training will be done at 7 different agility methods. There's Rooftop Agility, the Brimhaven Arena, the Wilderness Course, the Hallowed Sepulchre, Prifddinas Course, Ape Atoll Course, and the Colossal Wyrm Course. Outside of these 7 methods, we have some niche training methods, like clicking the spike trap in the Brimhaven Agility Arena, or there's Barbarian Fishing, or there's also AFK Player-Owned House Agility, which provides the longest AFK times for the skill, but it does have its downsides. As a whole, it takes patience and perseverance to reach 99 agility, where the maximum possible XP rate is only a bit over 100k per hour. That's even slower than the max XP rates on Boot.Dev, where you can earn XP in real life. With Boot.Dev, you learn to code like it's a video game, earning experience, completing quests and achievements, fighting bosses, and indulging in a range of RPG elements. With this platform, you learn to code by building real projects, ones you'd actually do on the job. Boot.Dev takes you through back-end web development from start to finish, incorporating the Python, SQL, TypeScript, and Go programming languages. If you're looking for a career switch or have always had an interest in coding, Boot.Dev is your best bet to stay motivated and on top of your learning. They also just launched the Training Grounds, a place where you're faced with infinite challenges, forging your path to becoming a confident developer. All of the content is free to read and watch, but with a paid membership, you gain access to hands-on coding, progress trackers, more mechanics, and AI assistance. With membership, there's a 30-day no questions asked refund policy. So to get started, head over to Boot.Dev today and use my code Theoatrix to save 25% off your first year. Thanks to Boot.Dev for sponsoring this video. Let's get into the agility methods, starting off with the low-level training spots. Although, questing is the fastest way to train your agility from a low level, where completing the Tourist Trap quest will get you from level 1 straight to 26 agility. From there, there's 3 more quests: Recruitment Drive, Depths of Despair, and the Grand Tree, and that gets you from 26 to 33 agility. But if you're not into questing, Jagex has added a range of low-level training courses. The most easily accessed course at a low level is the Draenor Rooftop, and this no longer has a 10 agility requirement, now accessible to all levels. There's also the Gnome Stronghold course and the Shazian Basic course, all accessible from level 1 agility. All three courses at level 1 give around 10k agility XP per hour. But once you reach level 15, there's a method that's much faster than the rest, and that is repeating the spike trap in the Brimhaven Agility Arena. This requires level 20, but if you eat a summer pie before training, you're boosted 5 levels. I'll explain more about this method shortly, but you can essentially get near 30k XP per hour at level 15. That's a lot faster than the regular training methods, where for example, the Al-Kharid Rooftop course at level 20 gives 12k XP per hour. So that's how you train your first 20 levels of agility. And now let's get into the training methods. I'm starting with rooftop agility, then I'll make my way through each method, finishing with the AFK methods. So rooftop courses are one of the most common agility training methods in the game. They're great for low-level training, they don't have any external requirements, and it's a relaxed pathway to 99 agility, requiring very little thinking. This is what your pathway will look like on your journey to 99, including the XP rates for each course. As a whole, going from level 1 to 99 agility, doing the best rooftop you can, it's going to take around 230 hours of efficient playing. In terms of XP rates, most notably the Ardi Rooftop course reaches 70k per hour, and you get boosted XP at the Polnivniche course with the Desert Diary, and the same is for Relica with the Fremennik Diary. The idea of rooftop agility is you click on obstacles in order, completing laps. Generally, you can click the next obstacle once you receive the XP drop from the previous one, and there are a range of plugins for both OSRS Mobile and RuneLite which show the agility click boxes for each obstacle. While completing laps, there's a chance of a mark of grace spawning somewhere along the course. You should pick these up since they're convertible for the graceful outfit, or also for money if you choose the Amylase crystals. On average, you can expect to reach 55 to 65 agility before getting the full graceful outfit, although it does vary. In terms of training for the fastest experience, you should mainly just do the best course you can, and you can also use the boost from a summer pie to access the next course 5 levels early. Although, I would suggest only going when you're 3 levels off, because if the summer pie boost runs out, you fall off the course, which lowers your overall XP rates. The only time you should do a different course other than the best course for your level is when you have the diary completed for Seers, Polnivniche, or Relica, but you don't have the diary for the one you're on. So for example, if you're level 80 agility and you have the diary for the Polnivniche course, but not the Relica course, the Polnivniche course is faster even though it's a lower leveled course. Now, where that all changes is when you're going for the most marks of grace, and the Canifus agility course brings in the most marks for most agility levels, but not as many as having diaries completed at the higher levels. So essentially, you should stick to Canifus for marks until you either have the hard Kandarin diary or a level 80, where the Relica course brings a similar amount of marks. Then at level 90, the Ardi course is by far the best for marks, and is even better with the Elite Ardi Diary. So that was everything to do with rooftop agility, and there's really not much more I can say about them since they're so easy and relaxed, but do keep in mind which course you should be using. Next up, we have the Brimhaven Arena as the next agility training method. As a whole, the Brimhaven Arena brings in competitive XP rates, where it can be faster than rooftop agility, but not as fast as the Hallowed Sepulchre. Your XP rates largely depend on your agility level, scaling from about 30k to 70k at 99. Within the arena, you navigate through a range of different obstacles to reach the ticket dispensers, where one dispenser is highlighted at a time. Once you touch the highlighted dispenser, you gain tickets, which you can exchange for experience and rewards. With Karumja Gloves 2 and above, you get 10% more XP per ticket, which in the long run is going to save a lot of hours. The Brimhaven Agility Arena is obviously located in Brimhaven, and it's found on the eastern side of the town. There's a number of ways to get to the Brimhaven Arena, and a fast way there is using an Amulet of Glory teleport to Karumja and run west. In terms of items required, you need to bring coins to be able to enter, where you're charged 200 coins on entry. It's useful to bring some food to heal if you fail an obstacle, and summer pies are a great option since they boost your agility level. It's also recommended to bring the full graceful outfit, or energy or stamina potions to sustain your energy. With at least level 40 agility, you can do every obstacle in the arena, which means the best way to train from 40 and above is to just go for the highlighted dispenser. However, if you're level 20 or even 15 agility with a summer pie boost, you should be training on the spike trap obstacle. This is where you go back and forth over the obstacle, and this brings in up to 30k agility XP per hour, much faster than every other method at that level. To do this effectively, it works best using RuneLight, where you can use the detached camera RuneLight plugin to spam click on the same spot. But then at level 40, you want to train regularly while going for each ticket dispenser. During downtimes, some players will choose to repeatedly go through an obstacle to gain more XP per hour, although others will train their fletching or magic while waiting for the next highlighted obstacle. Once you're satisfied with a session, you can go upstairs out of the arena to Pirate Jackie to hand in your tickets for agility XP. Overall, you should always be bringing your Karumja Gloves 2 and above when handing in the tickets. And in terms of buying items for profit, you should purchase the Pirate's Hook for the most profit per ticket. Next, I'm going to cover the Wilderness Agility Course, and this is actually the fastest XP in the game between levels 47 and 62. Also, the Wildy course was recently reworked to be highly profitable, providing up to 2 mil GP profit per hour. But since the course is located deep in the wilderness, the XP rates and profit rates are pretty inconsistent. On entry to the course, if you pay 150k coins, you start obtaining loot for completing laps, where each lap generates about 6k average in loot. But if you survive for more laps, your average loot rises to 26k per lap, and that's after doing 60 laps in a row. So this makes it possible to earn 2 mil GP per hour when you have above 60 laps. In terms of XP rates, the Wilderness course brings in 50k at 47, which is the fastest XP until level 62, where the Hallowed Sepulchre surpasses the Wildy course. At higher levels, the Wilderness course still provides fairly decent XP rates, especially considering the potential money you can make. An old school RuneScape YouTuber named Pip recently did his entire 99 agility there in one sitting, and he came out with over 200 mil in loot. The Wildy course is located in the northwestern region of the wilderness, and the fastest way there is using an Ice Plateau teleport or a Gorok teleport. Or alternatively, you can use the Wilderness Obelisks or a Burning Amulet teleport to the Lava Maze. Upon entry, if you brought 150k, you can right-click and pay the Agility dispenser near the entry. Then, the course is quite similar to Rooftop Courses, just clicking and waiting to complete the obstacles. Some players choose to bring a Din's Bulwark or some anti-PK gear, or some players go in groups to lower the chances of being targeted. Now for a Hallowed Sepulchre guide, and the Sepulchre is the fastest XP between levels 62 all the way to 99, but compared to the other methods I've shown, it requires a lot more focus and practice. The premise of the Sepulchre is you navigate 5 different floors of complex obstacles. It's not just point and click like the other courses. You need to learn the patterns and learn how to deal with the traps. Currently, you make a substantial amount of money at the Sepulchre, over 1 mil an hour at higher levels, which is a huge bonus on top of competitive agility XP rates. You actually unlock the Sepulchre at 52 agility, but between levels 52 and 62, the Wilderness course is faster. But that doesn't mean the Sepulchre is a bad training method at 52, it's just not quite as fast. At 62 agility, you can expect to earn around 50k XP per hour, and it does depend on whether you do any looting throughout. It scales up to 90 to 100k per hour at higher levels, which is by far the best agility XP you can get in the game. To be able to partake in the Sepulchre in the first place, you do need to have completed the Sins of the Father quest, which does have some high requirements. It's also recommended to have a high hit points level along with these stats to be able to traverse and loot the entire Sepulchre. In terms of inventory and gear, you should bring a Saradomin item like the Holy Symbol, as well as a Mithril Grapple and a crossbow to shoot it. In the Sepulchre, there are 5 types of traps you can encounter, and the higher floors have more combinations of these traps and some different variations. There's the Priest, who creates a 3x3 lightning attack. There's the Wizard, which creates a line of fire. There's the Knight, who throws a Saradomin sword. The crossbow statue shoots bolts that you need to dodge. And the 5th is the blue and yellow tiles throughout, and the blue tiles teleport you forward and the yellow tiles teleport you backwards. When you enter the Sepulchre, the first floor begins with a 2-minute timer. Then for every floor you complete, it contributes another 2 minutes to the timer. If you don't complete the floor within your allocated time, the path to the next floor closes and you have to restart the Sepulchre. When partaking, it's strongly recommended to use the Tile Packs plugin to show the tile markers throughout, and these will help a lot. The yellow and blue portals give 2 ticks of immunity, letting you safely pass through certain hazards. At the end of each floor, you'll find Saradomin pillars, and these restore 100% of your run energy. To use them though, you will need to be wearing at least 1 Saradomin item. When looting coffins, bringing a lockpick will greatly speed up opening times, and a strange old lockpick makes it even faster. For the reward shop, the recommended unlock order is the Grapple, Focus, Hammer, then the Symbol. If you're only trying to get the Black Graceful set and don't plan on staying at the Sepulchre long term, the Grapple is the only one worth buying. But once you've earned 200 marks, it's worth paying for a private instance. And that means the traps always start on the same tick, and other players can't interfere with your timing. For less experienced players, consider buying the Hallowed Ring. It removes all trap damage and lets you respawn faster after being hit, making runs far more forgiving. Another notable training method is unlocked at level 75 agility, and that's the Prifddinas Agility Course. This requires full completion of the Song of the Elves quest to access, and the course is very relaxed, with similar features to Rooftop Agility. In terms of XP rates, it starts at 50k at unlock, then scales up to nearly 70k per hour at 99, so it has XP rates comparable to Rooftop Agility, but with the added bonus of receiving crystal shards while training. On an hourly basis, the crystal shards you get are worth 300k, and that's if you convert the shards into divine super combats. To start this course, the beginning is located near the bank in the northwestern region of Prif. While traveling across the course, there's a chance of a portal appearing, and it's worthwhile to click the portal to speed up your training. It's essentially a shortcut through the course, which speeds up your XP rates overall. For this course, I would also recommend installing the Prifddinas RuneLite plugin, just called Prifddinas. And this removes a lot of the detail around the area, leading to less lag and less distractions. One very notable course for agility training is the Ape Atoll Monkey Course, requiring level 48 agility, and while the XP rates here aren't super high, completing enough laps of the course will contribute to your collection log. You're rewarded with monkey backpacks after reaching certain lap milestones, and each backpack is a collection log. If you went and got every single monkey backpack, you can expect to earn 1.1 mil agility XP in the process. So from level 48, getting every monkey backpack will get you from 48 to 74 agility. So if you're into collection logging, then definitely do this course at some point on your journey to 99. Overall, the XP rates range from 40 to 55k per hour, and you also get marks of grace that spawn. Another agility course that has some benefits is the Colossal Wyrm course, found on Valamor. This course is slightly more AFK than regular courses, and also provides access to the Valamor Graceful Recolor and the Bone Squirrel transmog for the agility pet. There are two versions of this course, the Standard and Advanced. Standard is unlocked at level 50 and provides a max of 30k XP per hour. Advanced is unlocked at level 62 with XP rates nearing 42k. The XP rates are the same for all levels at this course since there's no chances of failing. But there's only two reasons to do this course: for the collection logs or for slightly AFK training. It takes about 7 hours of training here to complete the collection log, which is about 300k agility XP, while training, the periods of AFK time last for 10 to 15 seconds at a time. Now let's get into the AFK agility methods, and while they do exist, the methods aren't great, especially for the high level players. So firstly is the Brimhaven Agility Arena Spike Trap method, and I have spoken about this, but I wanted to expand a bit. So with the detached camera RuneLite plugin, training here becomes comparable to thieving at Arty Nights, where you can just continuously click in the same spot repeatedly. You might be thinking, that's not AFK, but with that, using a wireless mouse, you can stick something to the sensor on the bottom, and then you can walk around the house while spam clicking, gaining XP. If you'd like to learn more about this method, you can skip back to the Brimhaven Arena section of this video. Now the next semi-AFK method is training at Barbarian Fishing. If you go for level 99 fishing from when you unlock the method, you can expect to reach 74 agility, which is pretty high. As a whole, the AFK methods when fishing here are around 1 minute, and possibly the most AFK agility method in the game, although one of the slowest methods in the game as well, is AFK player-owned house agility. Inside your own or someone else's house, you can get the aggression of a Tsar Ranger to lure you through a bunch of floor traps, which give agility XP. To do this, you need to be in a house that has a dungeon with this formation, which currently costs a bit over 1 mil to create. Then with Protect Range active, you spam click towards the Tsar Ranger until it starts attacking you, and then as long as you have Auto Retaliate on, your character will continue running through the traps until it's reset by falling in. Then when you fall, you're sent back to the start, but the Tsar Ranger's attacks will lure you back in to repeat the process. This sounds great, but there's a few issues with this method. Especially at higher agility levels, there's a good chance that you'll make it through all of the floor traps and you'll ruin the process, getting stuck in the final room or being defeated by the Tsar Ranger. So to avoid that, you need to monitor your player to ensure you're still training. Overall, you can get 1k to 12k XP per hour between levels 1 and 99. So as a whole, it's much slower than traditional methods, but it is the most AFK method in the game. And lastly, to end this guide, I'd like to discuss the agility pet, the giant squirrel. It's actually one of the rarer skilling pets in the game, most likely because less people want to do agility. But also, there's only about a 50% chance of getting the pet on your journey to level 99. But that does vary depending on on which course you train at. With rooftop agility, doing the best rooftop you can, there's a 44% chance of getting the squirrel from 1 to 99. The Hallowed Sepulchre provides around a 50% chance of getting the squirrel. At the Brimhaven Agility Arena, the chance of getting the squirrel is a bit higher, nearly 60% from 1 to 99. As a whole, it might seem like the Brimhaven Arena is the best way to get the pet, but if you really want the squirrel pet, you should head to the Penguin Agility Course. With 4 million XP gained at the Penguin course, you'll officially be on the drop rate for the pet, which obviously doesn't guarantee that you'll get it, but there's a pretty good chance. But the Penguin course XP rates are considerably slower than the other methods, so getting that 4 mil XP will take around 133 hours. Anyways, that's my complete, updated level 1 to 99 agility guide. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more old school content. If you're interested in programming and a career in software, definitely check out Boot.Dev to see what they have to offer. Thanks for watching.